What's up, everybody? This is our final episode in our three-part series of Becoming a Paranormal Investigator 101. Today we're going to discuss what equipment you should use when you get into this field. I'm Dick, this is the Extreme Vision Paravlog, and here's the intro. We've all seen the television shows, and I'm sure you're itching to get your hands on some of this awesome equipment that they use. They've got grid scopes, they've got mel meters, ghost meters, E-pods, static detectors, DVR systems, K2 meters, periscopes. There's so many pieces of equipment that you want to use. But there's only one piece of equipment, in my opinion, that you need to be using. That is the digital recorder. By keeping it simple out on an investigation and only operating one digital voice recorder, it allows you to really experience the investigation and allows you to take more in from your environment. The first thing I want to talk about with the digital recorder is electronic voice phenomena. You're going to take this recorder, you're going to take it out in the field, you're going to ask questions, and you're going to capture data that could potentially be a ghost. Now, it's okay to be holding the recorder as you're walking around, but you want to make sure that you've got a very firm grip on it and you're not actually rubbing it, or you're not rubbing the mic against your clothing. Because when you go to listen back to that, when you're reviewing your data, all you're going to hear is a bunch of garble and you're not going to have any potential data to capture. When you get to the location that you're going to do your EVP session, you're going to want to take this recorder and you want to set it down on something stable so that it doesn't fall over and it's not being slid around or moved, or it's not picking up any unnecessary noise. Is really what you're trying to get to. Because like I said, in the end, the less noise that's unnecessary that you pick up on this recorder, the easier your data review is going to be and the more potential data that you can capture. Another important thing with the voice recorder is to always note noises that you know are not paranormal. If you slide your foot across the floor, or you move and a board creaks, you cough, your stomach growls, anything, you want to make sure that you note that on the recorder. And you want to make sure that you're not whispering, because when you play that back, it can sound much different. And if you don't note it on the recorder, when you listen back to it, you'll likely forget what it was. You're not going to remember, oh, that was my foot sliding across the floor. You're going to think, what was that? That sounded like a growl, or that sounded like somebody saying something. But you want to make sure that when you hear a noise and you know it's not paranormal, that you note it, or you ask somebody if it was them, and make sure that anything that is not paranormal gets noted before the data review. So this is a very important device for not only finding things that are paranormal, but eliminating things that are not paranormal during your data review. There's a few specific features in digital recorders that are going to be more beneficial to paranormal investigating than they would be what you would typically use a voice recorder for. So we're going to discuss some of those features right now. There's four main features that I'm going to talk about that are important for paranormal investigating. The first one is going to be a backlight. It's important to have a backlight on your recorder so that you can properly operate the recorder and keep track of it when it's dark in the room and you're investigating. This specific model does not have a backlight, but I'm typically running a video camera anyways, so I usually don't have a problem, looking at the screen or operating the recorder. But other investigators that don't have a voice recorder that is backlit, it makes it very difficult to keep track of your recorder and see if you're recording or not. The second feature that I'm going to talk about is some sort of digital port or digital storage that can be moved to a computer easily. This one here has got a mini USB, and that allows you to just plug it right into the USB port of your computer, and it allows you to just take the file, drag it, drop it into your computer, and it's on there. You can listen to it right out of the computer. Makes it way, way easier. Third most important feature when finding a digital recorder is going to be getting one that's got an external mic port. It's important to have an external mic port so you can use different types of mics, such as a parabolic mic or an omnidirectional mic that's going to pick up a much higher quality of audio than the mic that is on the recorder already. And that's important when you're reviewing your data, that you can get a nicer quality of audio that comes in much clearer than the one that's on it. The fourth feature that I want to talk about with a digital voice recorder for paranormal investigating is the ability to take multiple recordings and save them on the recorder. The reason this is important is there are times of the year that paranormal investigating can get very busy and you might not be able to finish a data review before you start another investigation. So it's important to be able to have multiple recordings. That way you can save them on the recorder or transfer them to the computer and save them. That way, if you get in a bind, you don't lose any data. That's all we have today for the Extreme Vision Para vlog. Don't forget to check out Ominous Clothing on Twitter. They got giveaways going all the time. All their gear is awesome. So until next time, shh.